श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः। श्रीशैलेश दयापात्रं धीभक्त्यादिगुणार्णवं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरमुनिं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुग्म व्यामोहदस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। माता पिता युवदयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वगुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना। भूतं सरश्च महदाह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुपरकालयतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। ஆழ்வார்கள் வாழி அருளிச்செயல் வாழி தாழ்வாதுமில் குரவர் தாம் வாழி ஏழ்பாரும் உய்ய அவர்கள் உரைத்தவைகள் தாம் வாழி செய்ய மறை தன்னுடனே சேர்ந்து. ஸ்ரீ கர்கவம்ச கலச்சார்ணவ பூர்ணச்சந்திரம் ஸ்ரீ வெங்கடாரிய குருவர்ய தனூஜரத்னம் தஸ்மாத் அவாப்த நிகமாந்த ரகசியஜாலம் ஸ்ரீமத் ஸ்தலேசய குரும் சததம் பஜாமி. Sriman Narayana, out of his immense compassion, created us all in this earth. This month, being the month of May, is a very special month for mothers. The second Sunday of this month is celebrated as Mother's Day all over the world. This month, Adiyan thought that I will create a series on the topic called Matchless Mothers, where we can talk a little bit about all of the matchless mothers that we come across in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. The first entity or the first mother that we are going to talk about is Sriman Narayana himself. Now you may ask, but Sriman Narayana is considered as the father. So how can you say that he is a mother? Well, he is both the father and the mother. Nammalvar says, என்னை பெற்ற தாயாய் தந்தையாய் அறியாதன அறிவித்த அத்தானி செய்தன அடியேன் அறியேனே. He says, you are one who gave birth to me. என்னை பெற்ற அத்தாயாய் தந்தையாய். You are like the mother who gave birth to me. So let us follow the journey of a child, of a baby, right from the time the baby is conceived in the mother's womb, and talk about how Sriman Narayana is one of those compassionate mothers. When you think of a mom, I invite you to just close your eyes for 2 seconds maybe and imagine your mother. What is the first thing that comes to you? For most of us, the first thing that will come to us is the mother's love, affection and her care. And that is exactly how Sriman Narayana is. Now, it is going to be a little bit unfair if we say that Sriman Narayana is like the mother. Shouldn't it be the reverse? Of course. Because where do mothers get these qualities from? How does all of this happen? Who can mothers take as their role models? That would definitely be Sriman Narayana himself. And how is that? Now, I said we'll follow the journey of the baby from the time it's conceived in the womb, right? Now, the baby is in the mother's womb. Like that, the entire earth, all of us, we were all kept in Sriman Narayana's womb. That is during the Pralaya Kalam. Pralayam means the deluge. That is the time where the entire creation is being flooded with water. And at that point in time, he takes all of us, he takes all the Atmas. So I'm going to use the word Atma, Jivatma, the soul interchangeably. All of that means it refers to the sentient being. At another time, I will talk about what the Atma, Jivatma and Jivatma, Paramatma and the Achit are. But today, let's just assume that all the entities that have some sort of a life or some sort of knowledge where they are able to perceive, that is a Jivatma or Atma. So these Atmas, during the time of the Pralayam, that is the time of the great deluge, they are kept inside Sriman Narayana's womb. So that is the similarity right there between mother. Just like how the fetus is in the mother's womb, every single one of us is always in the womb of Sriman Narayana during the time of the Mahapralayam. Now, after the Pralayam is over, he creates Brahma and he orders Brahma to create this world. And he gives birth to these Jivatmas again so they can live in this world and they can live and come back to him. They can find the ways to come back to him. So similarly, a mother gives birth to her child and she wants the child to be happy. She does everything. She cares for the child. She wants the child to be successful. Now, if you think of the mother and the father, the mother is very kind. She wants and she does what the child wants. She wants the child to be happy. Now, a lot of times, the child may not recognize that. And the child may want to go off and do something on its own. And in those times, it is the father who will bring discipline to the child. Now, when that happens, where does the child run to? The child will run to the mother. Because the father, because he wants the child to succeed, he might be strict. If he is strict, the child may not like it because the child is now afraid of the father and he runs to the mother for protection and care. Similarly, when there are things that don't go right for us, or when we are afraid of the father, let's say things happen in life. When that happens, where do we run to? We run to Sriman Narayana. In Thiruvaimuri, I used the Pasuram before where I said, Alvar says, Ennai petra attayai tandayai ariyadana arivitta. Atta. We'll focus on Ennai petra thayai. So what does Ennai petra thayai means? Like you are the mother who gave birth to me. Why does Alvar have to use Ennai petra thayai? He could have just said thayai, right? He could have just said mother. The difference here is that the mother can be a foster mother, a stepmother, or a mother who gave birth to the baby. Now, the love and affection that comes out of the biological mother is always superior in most, I said always, but in most cases, that's what we see in this world, is superior to the love and affection that a foster mother or a stepmother would bring. So similar to that, Alvar says that Sriman Narayana is like that mother who does things that the child wants. Now, an example for this is mentioned by an acharya called Alagiya Manavala Perumal Nayanar. He is the brother of another great acharya called Pillai Lokacharya. Alagiya Manavala Perumal Nayanar has done a work called Acharya Hridayam. And in that work called Acharya Hridayam, he establishes what is the inner meanings of the Acharya Nammalvar and the work that he wrote, Thiruvaimuri. The deeper meanings, the deeper esoteric meanings of Thiruvaimuri are captured by him beautifully in this work called Acharya Hridayam. So in Divya Prabandham, each stanza or each verse is called a Pasuram. In these works, these are considered the Rahasya Granthams, the Acharya Hridayam, or there are other works called Mumukshapadi or Srivachana Bhushanam. In those works, each verse is called a Churnikai or a Sutram. So there is a Sutram where he talks about the greatness of a mother, where he says, and he actually talks about how Sriman Narayana is like a mother in this case. And he says, Vatsalayana Mata Pillai Peganiyamal Man Tinna Vittu பிரத்யௌஷதமிடுமா போலே எவ்வுயிர்க்கும் தாயிருக்கும் வண்ணமான இவனும். So that is, he says, a mother is, she's a vatsalayana mother. That means one who has vatsalyam. The word vatsalyam means taking one's kutram or one's flaws as the nirai. Kutrattaye niraivaga kolludal in Tamil. In English that will translate to taking the flaws as the qualities to be cherished. So that gunam is called vatsalyam. So a mother is similar. So the word, the quality or the comparison that will come very close to defining vatsalyam is that of a calf to a cow. When a calf is just born, the calf will be covered in blood and tissue and liquid, the liquid from the uterus of the cow, etc. Now, as soon as the calf comes out, the mother cow will lick the calf. It lick and consume all of those flaws, all of the grease and the liquids and all of that, and it will consume that. And when it does that, it does not show any signs of distaste in that. The mother cow wants to do it wantedly. Similarly, Emperuman or Sriman Narayana, he looks at us. When he looks at us, he provides that same amount of care and compassion, and which in this case it's called Vatsalyam, where even though we may have so many bad qualities, he does not care about those bad qualities at all. He considers those bad qualities as our attributes, and he still wants us all the time. So that is an example, or that is an example attribute for how Sriman Narayana is a matchless mother. And such so the Vatsalyam is the gunam. Now a mata who has that Vatsalya gunam is called Vatsalayana mata. Vatsalayana mata pillai peganiyamal man thinna vittu pratyaushadam iduma pole. So now the baby is born. Now let's just take the next, let's walk along the baby's journey. And in the next journey, what happens? The baby grows, right? Now when the baby grows, let's just say you take him to a park. A mother does that, right? The mother will take the baby to a park and she'll let him play. When she lets him play, then what happens? Then the baby might take some mud, sand, put it in his mouth, right? Or let's just say another equivalent example I will give is, here kids go skiing. I live in the Pacific Northwest of America, so we see a lot of skiing that happens. I live in Seattle specifically, and when we take the kids skiing, the little babies, you know what they will do? They'll see all that snow that's lying on the ground, right? So they'll take that snow and then they'll put it in their mouth. So the mother would laugh at it. She would definitely be very unhappy that the kid is doing that, but she will also laugh with the child. She will laugh with the child and then try to educate the child patiently. Now, apparently in those days, so when the babies used to eat mud, the mom would watch, the mom would smile at it, and then try to treat the baby. So similarly, what Sriman Narayana does is, so all these things that the Jivatma does, right? So Jivatmas are all the babies of Sriman Narayana. They are all the children of Sriman Narayana. Now Sriman Narayana will let these children of his follow whatever their mind wants to do. Because there are so many activities that take us away from him, correct? What is Sriman Narayana's eventual goal? The eventual goal is for us to be able to all reach him. However, he still lets us follow what our mind wants to do, which is you are engaged in the satisfaction or in the gratification of senses. He lets us do that. And then he waits for us patiently, and he waits for us to come. So just like how a Vatsalayana mata, she will let a child who is interested in doing these things like eating mud, etc., and then treat him later. So similarly, Sriman Narayana, he gives all these shastrams and other elements that are meant for us to enjoy, where we want to. So the explanation for this is that Pandamum Pandam Aruppador Panmayam. That is, he provides all of these material abilities in this world. He provides the senses to be able to even enjoy those material pleasures and see if we are able to come back. So first he lets us engage in that, just like how the mom lets the baby engage in that, and then once that is done, the mother cures the baby. Similarly, Sriman Narayana provides us the shastrams which will let us cure ourselves from these relationships that are material and then eventually reach him. So this is an example of Sriman Narayana's compassion towards us. This is, I shouldn't say it's an example, it's one of the incidents where this is explained. So on this Mother's Day, I'd like to remind ourselves about how the first mother of all of us is Sriman Narayana, and how he shows these qualities of compassion and allows us to make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and provides us the ability to correct those mistakes and eventually come back to him. We can probably talk for hours and hours about how to compare Sriman Narayana to a mother, but this is just a glimpse of that. And I wanted to just provide that glimpse and remind us and help us reflect on the compassion that he provides, that Sriman Narayana shows towards his children, all of us. So now coming back to Yennai Petra Thayai, where Arvar says, so he is like that mother who gave birth to me and hence is always thinking about the happiness that the child wants. So similarly, Yennai Petra Attayai Tandayai Ariyadana Arivitta. Atta is what Nammalvar says. Similar to that. So that is the example that I wanted to show here. And think of Sriman Narayana. Now in the next episode, we will talk about the next matchless mother. And the next matchless mother is none other than Sri Mahalakshmi herself. So until then, Adian would like to say bye and see you all in the next episode. Arvar Emperumanar Jiyar Thiruvadigalé Sharanam.